Welcome. You're exactly where you need to be. If you've picked up this audiobook, it's because something deep inside you is craving more. You've felt it, the pull to unlock a greater version of yourself, to tap into a level of success and power that you know is just out of reach. You're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready to take action, because you know there's untapped potential inside of you that has been waiting to be unleashed. This audiobook, Unlock Your Brain, 3 Techniques to Reach Your Full Potential, is written and published by Epic Audiobooks. Introduction. Imagine for a moment a life where everything you desire, every goal, every dream, every success, flows to you effortlessly. A life where your thoughts, your actions, your focus are aligned with the incredible power within your mind. A life where obstacles seem to melt away because you've mastered the mental strength to push through them. Now, picture this. You're no longer chasing success. It's magnetically drawn to you. You wake up every day with unshakable confidence, purpose, and clarity. The power to reach your highest potential is not somewhere out there. It's inside you. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is simply a matter of unlocking the full capabilities of your mind. This audiobook isn't just about listening to words. This is about transformation. In the chapters that follow, you'll learn 3 powerful, life-altering techniques that will completely shift the way you approach your life, your work, and your goals. These aren't theories or vague motivational ideas. These are proven, actionable techniques that successful people apply every single day to reach new levels of greatness. You will learn how to master your focus, eliminating distractions and honing your mind to laser-like precision. You will learn how to build unshakable mental resilience, overcoming setbacks and pushing through the hardest challenges with strength and determination. And most importantly, you will learn how to take massive, unstoppable action, turning thoughts into reality and building the life you've always dreamed of. But let's be clear, this journey will not be easy. It will require you to make a commitment. It will require you to do the work. Change isn't always comfortable, but it is necessary. If you're truly ready to take the next step and unlock your full potential, this audiobook is your guide. It will challenge you, push you, and hold you accountable to becoming the person you know you can be. So ask yourself, are you ready to transform? Are you ready to stop holding yourself back, to silence the doubts, and to take massive action toward the success that's waiting for you? If the answer is yes, then get ready, because your journey begins now. Let's unlock the power of your mind and step into the life you were always meant to live. Technique 1. Mastering focus for unstoppable success. Introduction to technique. 1. Mastering focus for unstoppable success. Focus isn't just a skill, it's your superpower. In a world full of distractions, mastering focus is the single most important step you can take toward achieving your highest potential. When you control where your attention goes, you control your outcomes. Without focus, you're simply reacting to life. With focus, you are intentionally shaping your destiny. Think about it. Successful people don't have more time, they have more focus. It's not that they work harder, it's that they work smarter. They eliminate distractions, hone in on their most important tasks, and maintain unwavering attention on the goals that matter. Mastering focus is a skill you can learn, and once you've unlocked it, you'll be unstoppable. Imagine waking up every day with the clarity and energy to tackle your most important goals. Imagine making progress every single day without feeling overwhelmed by the noise of everyday life. This is what happens when you learn to control your focus. In this section, we're going to break down how to master focus and make it work for you. These 6 chapters will provide you with the tools, strategies, and mindset shifts you need to hone this skill and make focus your secret weapon. Chapter 1. The power of focus, your single greatest asset. You've heard it before. Focus is important. It's preached everywhere, from productivity blogs to motivational speakers. But here's the truth you need to understand right now. Focus isn't just important, it's everything. Without focus, everything else you do becomes irrelevant. Your talent, your skills, your connections, your opportunities, all of it is wasted if you don't have focus. Focus is what allows you to channel all that potential and turn it into action. It's the single most powerful tool you have at your disposal. Without it, you're just wandering through life, lost, distracted, and stagnant. You'll be busy, yes, but being busy is different from being productive. You can check things off a to-do list, but if you're not laser-focused on what matters, you won't get anywhere that actually counts. Focus is the key to success. It's the one thing that separates the high achievers from the average. The people who stand out, who break through, who rise to the top, they're not more talented, smarter, or luckier than you. They are just more focused. They don't let the noise of life drown out their ambition. They don't let distractions derail their efforts. They know that their ability to focus is the true measure of their success. Think about this for a moment. The people who are winning in life are winning because they are fully committed to their goals. They have the discipline to shut out the world and put every ounce of their energy into what matters. And they don't stop until they've executed with precision. You have the same potential, the same raw talent. The difference is that they've learned to control their focus, and that's what makes all the difference. Focus is your superpower. Focus isn't a soft skill, it's a superpower. It's the ability to take everything swirling around you, the distractions, the noise, the chaos, and channel it into something meaningful. It's the power to direct your mind with laser-like precision toward the one thing that's going to move you forward, even when the world is pulling at your attention in 1,000 different directions. You're going to hear a lot of people say that success is all about grinding, but grinding without focus is just spinning your wheels. Think about a car with the engine running but the steering wheel off-center. It doesn't matter how fast the car goes. If the wheel isn't aligned, the car won't reach its destination. Focus is what gives your energy direction. It's what makes your efforts meaningful and intentional. Without it, you're just a hamster running on a wheel. Focus is the secret sauce that allows high achievers to consistently push through obstacles, setbacks, and distractions. It's why they can stay on track and get results while others fizzle out. The distractions that steal your focus. Here's the problem we all face: distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone, your social media feed, the constant ping of messages. It's a never-ending barrage that chips away at your attention. Even the most well-meaning tasks can pull your focus in multiple directions. You may feel like you're being productive, but if you're jumping from one thing to another without ever finishing anything, you're wasting your potential. Let's get real. You cannot do everything at once. When you split your focus, you are diluting your effectiveness. Studies show that multitasking doesn't actually make you more productive. It just makes you more prone to mistakes and mental fatigue. It's time to acknowledge that every moment you're distracted is a moment you'll never get back. Distractions are silent killers of your potential. It's not just external distractions either. Your own mind can become your biggest enemy. Thoughts of self-doubt, fear, and worry can sap your focus and leave you second-guessing every decision. But the truth is this: you can train your mind to focus. You can learn to shut down the noise and tune into the task at hand. You have the power to block out distractions and fully commit to what's important. Discipline and focus, your path to unstoppable success. To master focus, you must also master discipline. Focus requires discipline. Discipline to say no to distractions. discipline to stick to your plan, discipline to keep going when it's easier to quit. This is where many people fall short. They don't understand that the key to success isn't in talent or luck, it's in discipline. Discipline is what lets you consistently show up, even when you don't feel like it. It's what fuels your drive and keeps you focused on your long-term goals. When you cultivate the discipline to focus on one task at a time, when you refuse to let your attention wander, you begin to see real progress. Focus doesn't happen by accident. It takes intentionality, it takes practice, and it takes decisions. The decision to block out distractions, to stay committed, and to put in the effort, day after day. But here's the good news. Focus is a skill that can be developed. It's not some magical trait that only certain people are born with. You don't need to be naturally good at it. You just need to start practicing, and over time, you'll get better and better at it. You'll learn how to control your mind instead of letting it wander aimlessly. You'll learn how to give your full attention to one task, one goal, until it's accomplished. The battlefield of the mind. Will you control it or let it slip away? Your mind is a battlefield. Every day you're faced with choices that either push you toward your goals or pull you further away from them. The distractions, the temptations, the doubts, they're all part of the fight. But here's the question you must ask yourself. Will you control your mind, or will you let it slip away to distractions? The choice is yours. Every time you choose to focus, you take one step closer to becoming the person you want to be. Every time you resist the urge to get distracted, you build mental strength. And every time you sharpen your focus, you're building momentum toward your success. The people who are successful aren't any different from you. They have the same 24 hours in a day, the same challenges, and the same distractions. But what sets them apart is their ability to focus, their ability to block out everything else and channel all their energy into one task at a time. And you can do the same. Conclusion: focus is your weapon. Sharpen it. If you want to unlock your full potential, focus is your weapon. It's the one thing that can separate you from the pack and turn your dreams into reality. Learn to sharpen it, guard it fiercely, and use it to your advantage. The distractions are inevitable. The challenges are certain. But with the power of focus, you can navigate through it all and reach your goals, no matter how difficult they seem. Your mind is the battlefield. Will you take control and win? Or will you let the distractions of life pull you off course? The choice is yours. Chapter 2. Focus like a laser, single-tasking your way to excellence. You've been told that multitasking is the key to getting more done in less time. You've heard the hype about how handling multiple tasks at once will make you more productive. But I'm about to tell you something that will change how you approach your work and your life. Multitasking is a lie. It's a myth that has been sold to you, and it's been keeping you from achieving your true potential. When you try to juggle everything, you're not being productive. You're simply diluting your attention. You're spreading yourself thin and becoming mediocre at everything you do. The truth is, multitasking doesn't make you more efficient. It makes you less effective. When you try to focus on multiple things at once, you're dividing your energy, your focus, and your mental resources. Instead of fully dedicating yourself to a task, you're constantly switching gears, trying to remember what you were doing, and mentally exhausting yourself in the process. The result: you end up completing nothing to the level of excellence you're capable of. You're just spinning your wheels. Focus is like a laser, concentrated, unyielding, and powerful. Imagine it cutting through the clutter, zeroing in on one target with precision. This is the power of single tasking. Excellence is achieved not by dividing your attention, but by focusing it fully. To do this, you need to dedicate your entire mental energy to one thing, one task. No distractions, no interruptions, and when you're on that task, nothing else matters. Why single tasking is the key to excellence. Think about the greatest achievers in history. Whether it's athletes, musicians, or entrepreneurs, they didn't get to the top by multitasking. They got there by putting everything they had into one thing at a time, mastering their craft. They focused like a laser, and it paid off in the form of success. Excellence requires time. It requires effort. It requires your full attention. When you try to multitask, you end up giving each task just a fraction of the attention it deserves. This results in poor quality, lackluster performance, and ultimately frustration. You may feel like you're getting more done, but you're not doing it well. Here's the truth. You have to choose what's worth your time. Your time is finite, and you can't afford to waste it jumping from task to task, hoping to get everything done. Instead, focus on one task, give it your undivided attention, and give it everything you've got. When you complete it, move on to the next. This is how you will not only achieve more, but achieve more with excellence. You'll see the results when you stop jumping around and start mastering your craft, one task at a time. How to master. Single tasking, the power of focused effort. Now that you understand the power of single tasking, it's time to put it into practice. Here's how you can start. 1. Commit to one task at a time. This means eliminating any distractions before you start working. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and create an environment where nothing will interrupt your flow. Make the commitment to focus solely on one task until it's complete. 2. Time block your day. Schedule specific times for specific tasks. Don't let your schedule be a free-for-all. Time blocking helps you allocate focused, uninterrupted time to each task. For example, dedicate 90 minutes to working on a project or reading, then take a break. When you focus on one thing in that block of time, you're giving it the mental energy it needs to succeed. 3. Use the Pomodoro technique. This technique involves setting a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. This helps to keep your mind fresh while maintaining focus. The Pomodoro technique helps you create a rhythm of deep work, followed by short rests to recharge. Create an intentional environment. Your environment should support your goal of focusing. Find a quiet space, minimize distractions, and make sure everything you need for the task at hand is within arm's reach. The fewer distractions in your environment, the more you can direct your attention to the work you're doing. 5. Eliminate the urge to check your phone. Social media, emails, and messages are constant temptations that steal your focus. When you're on a task, shut them out completely. Put your phone out of sight, or better yet, turn it off. If you need to check something, do it during your scheduled break, not in the middle of focused work time. The benefits of single tasking. When you start focusing on one task at a time, you'll begin to notice several incredible benefits. 1. Higher quality. Work. Single tasking allows you to dive deeper into your work, think critically, and give it your best effort. This leads to higher quality output, whether you're writing, creating, or working on a project. 2. Increased productivity. Although it may feel like you're doing less, you're actually achieving far more. By giving your undivided attention to one thing, you work faster, more efficiently, and with greater precision. 3. Less mental fatigue. Multitasking is exhausting. The constant switching between tasks drains your energy and leaves you feeling mentally fatigued. When you focus on one thing, your brain doesn't have to work as hard, allowing you to maintain your energy and concentration for longer periods of time. Fourth, greater sense of accomplishment. There's something incredibly fulfilling about completing a task with full focus. When you finish something with excellence, you feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. This fuels your confidence and motivates you to tackle the next challenge with the same level of focus. 5. Deeper mastery of your craft. Excellence doesn't happen overnight. It happens through consistent, focused practice. When you stop spreading your attention across multiple things, you can master the task at hand, honing your skills and building expertise. Over time, this leads to success at the highest level. Stop spreading yourself thin. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the number of things you need to do, remember this. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to answer every email immediately. You don't have to attend every meeting. You don't have to respond to every message. Start mastering single tasking by choosing what matters most. Focus on that one task until it's done, then move on to the next. Stop chasing distractions and stop multitasking your way to mediocrity. Focus like a laser. The more you focus your energy, the more you'll realize how much more you're capable of. It's time to stop spreading yourself thin and start mastering your craft. Excellence is within your reach, and it begins with focus. Chapter 3. The 5-Minute Focus Challenge. Train your brain to lock in. You can't go from 0 to 100 without preparation. If you've been struggling with focus, expecting to suddenly snap into full, unwavering concentration is unrealistic. The truth is, focus is a skill that takes time to develop. You won't magically wake up one day and be able to maintain laser focus for hours on end. But you can start small, and that's exactly where the transformation begins. Here's your challenge. Focus for 5 minutes. That's it, just 5 minutes of undivided attention. No phone checking, no distractions, no wandering thoughts. Just pure, concentrated focus on one task for a full 5 minutes. Can you do it? At first it may seem like a small, insignificant amount of time, but let me tell you, it's enough to begin training your brain. 5 minutes is all you need to get started. It may not seem like a lot, but it's a crucial step in building the mental stamina to focus for longer stretches in the future. Why 5 minutes? You might be thinking, 5 minutes isn't enough to get anything done. The reality is, 5 minutes is all you need to start building the habit of focus. Your brain is like a muscle. It gets stronger with practice. But you can't expect to jump into heavy lifting without warming up first. Trying to focus for an hour straight when you've been distracted for so long will overwhelm you. Instead, starting with just 5 minutes gives you a manageable, achievable goal. 5 minutes is short enough that it doesn't feel intimidating, but long enough to allow you to truly get into the zone. It's a training ground, a foundation where you'll start to strengthen your mental discipline. The more you practice this, the more you'll begin to extend that time. How to use the 5-minute focus challenge. 1. Pick one task. Don't overthink this. Choose one task that needs your attention. It could be reading, writing, working on a project, or even something simple like organizing your workspace. The key is to focus solely on that task, nothing else. Set a timer. Use your phone, a stopwatch, or any other timer to keep track of time. The timer serves as your boundary. This isn't about watching the clock. It's about giving yourself permission to fully focus within a defined period. 3. Eliminate distractions. Turn off any notifications, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and clear your workspace. If your mind tries to wander, gently redirect it back to the task. The goal is undivided attention for 5 minutes. Commit to focus. During these 5 minutes, give the task your complete focus. No checking your email, no social media, no mental distractions, just you, your task, and your timer. The power of small wins. At first, 5 minutes may feel like an eternity. You'll be surprised how quickly your attention starts to wander. But that's okay. This is where the training begins. Each time you complete a 5-minute focus session, you're building mental stamina. You're teaching your brain to stay in the moment, to shut out distractions, and to work on one thing at a time. You may not be able to maintain focus for long periods at first, but those 5 minutes are huge. Every successful 5-minute session is a win. You are actively rewiring your brain to prioritize focus over distractions. Gradually increasing your focus. Time. Once you get comfortable with focusing for 5 minutes, it's time to level up. But don't rush it. Slowly add 1 minute at a time. Gradually, you'll extend your focus to 6, 7, 10, 15 minutes. And soon, you'll be able to focus for long stretches without losing momentum. Here's the key. Don't jump to long stretches right away. Keep the challenge manageable so your brain can adapt without feeling overwhelmed. Every time you increase the time, you're giving your mind an opportunity to grow stronger and more capable of sustained focus. Start small. Focus for 5 minutes, then add a minute, then another. Over time, you'll find that your ability to focus for longer periods grows naturally, but this process always starts with those first 5 minutes. Why this challenge works. You might be wondering, why 5 minutes? Why not longer? The reason is simple. 5 minutes is the perfect starting point for building the habit of focus. It's achievable, it's not overwhelming, and it gets you in the habit of committing to a single task without distraction. The success of this challenge isn't about completing the task in 5 minutes. It's about training your brain to lock in and shut everything else out. Once your brain understands how to focus for 5 minutes, it will eventually learn how to sustain that focus for longer stretches. And that's when the magic happens. When you focus like this, really focus, you begin to move forward with confidence. You stop bouncing between tasks. You stop spreading your attention thin, and you start seeing results. The small, consistent steps of focus will propel you to excellence. Making focus a habit. The 5-minute focus challenge isn't a one-off exercise. It's a habit. You need to practice it every day until it becomes second nature. Start every work session by locking in for 5 minutes. As you build this habit, your brain will learn that focus is the default, not the exception. The more you practice, the more powerful your focus will become. It won't just help you get things done, it will help you perform at your best every time. The bottom line. Focus isn't something you either have or don't have. It's something you can build. One 5-minute session at a time. You start small, but those small efforts compound. Over time, you'll be able to sustain focus for longer periods, unlock your potential, and become a productivity powerhouse. So, here's the challenge. Commit to the 5-minute focus challenge. It's time to train your brain to lock in. Start now and watch how 5 minutes can change everything. Chapter 4. Eliminating distractions. Destroy the noise that's holding you back. The distractions are everywhere. Your phone buzzing with notifications, social media begging for your attention, the constant chatter in your mind, thoughts pulling you in every direction. The noise is relentless, and it's trying to derail your focus and your potential. But here's the hard truth you need to understand. You control what gets your attention. The distractions don't control you. You control what you focus on. Right now, I want you to look around. What's distracting you? Is it the phone on your desk, the television in the background, or the endless mental chatter that makes it impossible to stay on task? The environment you've created is a reflection of your mindset. If you let distractions rule your life, your results will reflect that. You can't achieve greatness while you're constantly pulled in 100 different directions. It's time to eliminate the unnecessary noise. It's time to take control. The power of your environment. Before you can master your focus, you must first look at your environment. It's hard to concentrate when your space is filled with clutter, noise, and interruptions. Your surroundings, whether physical or mental, directly influence your ability to stay focused and productive. If your environment is chaotic, so will your mind be. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. Take a moment to assess your environment. Are you surrounded by distractions? If your workspace is messy, if your phone is within arm's reach, if the TV is on in the background, you are letting distractions control your environment. And guess what? Those distractions will control your results too. This is a choice you can make. You can create an environment that supports your focus and productivity, or one that keeps pulling you away from your goals. The key is to take charge. Remove what doesn't serve you. Declutter your surroundings. Organize your workspace. Eliminate the noise. When you do this, you're giving your focus room to breathe. You're making space for productivity and greatness. Control your attention. Control your success. Every time you allow a distraction to take your attention, you're giving away a piece of your potential. The distractions are clever. They sneak in when you're least expecting it, making you think they're harmless. Checking your phone for just a second doesn't seem like a big deal until you realize that those seconds add up. And before you know it, an hour is gone and your task is still unfinished. Here's the truth. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you need to be ruthless with your focus. No more just checking this one thing. No more letting notifications pull you out of the zone. Every time you give in to distractions, you're stealing time from your goals, your dreams, and your success. You have to get serious. It's time to kill the distractions that are holding you back. Kill them one by one. Eliminate the big distractions. Start by getting rid of the obvious distractions. 1. Put your phone out of reach. Your phone is one of the biggest distractions in your life. It's not just the calls or the messages. It's the endless cycle of notifications, updates, and social media feeds that pull your attention away. Put it in another room or lock it in a drawer when you're working on something that requires your full focus. 2. Turn off notifications. If you can't bear the thought of completely separating from your phone, at least turn off all non-essential notifications. You don't need to be constantly alerted to new emails, messages, or updates. When you're working, let your phone be silent. You're in control, not it. 3. Limit social media use. Social media is designed to grab your attention and keep you scrolling for as long as possible, but it's a thief, stealing your time and energy, preventing you from doing the things that truly matter. Set strict boundaries for when and how long you'll allow yourself to check social media. It's easy to get caught in the cycle of endless scrolling, but remember, you control it. It doesn't control you. Eliminate the smaller distractions. It's not just the obvious distractions that you need to watch out for. There are smaller ones too. These may seem less noticeable, but they add up over time and disrupt your flow. 1. Create a dedicated workspace. Your workspace should be designed for focus. If you're working in a space that's filled with distractions, TV, family members, pets, move to somewhere quiet. If you can't have a completely quiet space, use noise-cancelling headphones or play instrumental music that helps you concentrate. 2. Tidy up your desk. A cluttered desk is a cluttered mind. Before you start any task, take a minute to clean up your space. Remove anything that doesn't directly contribute to the task at hand. A clean, organized workspace will keep your mind clear and focused. 3. Mental clutter. Often, the biggest distractions are not physical objects, but your own thoughts. The mental chatter of worries, tasks, and to-do lists can pull you away from the present moment. To clear mental clutter, write down everything on your mind before you start working. Get those thoughts out of your head and onto paper so you can focus fully on the task in front of you. Building your life around productivity and purpose. Now that you've started eliminating the distractions, it's time to build your life around productivity and purpose. You need to structure your time and energy in a way that supports your goals and makes room for focus. 1. Set clear priorities. Focus on what matters most. If you don't prioritize, you'll find yourself distracted by trivial tasks that don't move the needle. Every task should align with your bigger vision. If it doesn't, let it go. 2. Time blocking. Allocate time for specific tasks and don't allow anything else to invade that time. Time blocking is a great way to structure your day and ensure that you're giving each task the attention it deserves. Use a calendar or planner to schedule focus blocks and stick to them. 3. Eliminate just one more thing. Syndrome. One of the biggest traps we fall into is the idea that we can just squeeze in one more thing. This often leads to distractions and wasted time. When you're focused on something, give it your full attention. Don't add more to your plate in the middle of your task. Stay focused, finish the task, and then move on. Master your focus, master your life. If you want to reach your full potential, you can't afford to let distractions rule your life. You have the power to control where your attention goes. Distractions don't control you. Your focus does. The noise will always be there, but it's up to you whether you let it drown out your purpose. Take charge of your environment. Eliminate what doesn't serve you. Make your space, your time, and your energy work for your goals. Focus on the important, and everything else will fade into the background. This is your time to destroy the distractions and unlock the greatness that's been waiting inside you. You have the power to shape your environment, your habits, and your future. It starts with focusing on what matters and eliminating the noise that's holding you back. Chapter 5. Master your environment. Build a fortress for focus. Your environment shapes your mindset. The space you inhabit, whether it's the room you work in, the people you surround yourself with, or even the digital space you immerse yourself in, affects how you think, how you feel, and most importantly, how you focus. If you're constantly surrounded by clutter, noise, and negativity, your mind will mirror that chaos. Distractions will feel overwhelming, and you'll find it harder to concentrate on what truly matters. But if you design your environment to encourage focus, discipline, and growth, your mind will naturally follow suit. Here's the powerful truth. Your physical environment is just as important as your mental environment. When your surroundings are conducive to focus, your mind is more likely to stay sharp and driven. You can talk all day about discipline and focus, But if you're working in a space that constantly pulls your attention away from the task at hand, you'll always be fighting an uphill battle. To achieve true success, you need to build a fortress for your mind. This isn't just about clearing your desk. It's about designing a space that fuels your energy, encourages deep work, and makes distractions nearly impossible to give into. Your environment has the power to either propel you toward your goals or sabotage your progress. And it's up to you to take control. Why your environment matters. The environment you create directly impacts your ability to focus, be productive, and make progress toward your goals. Studies have shown that clutter and chaos can lead to increased stress levels and make it harder to concentrate. But a clean, organized, and purpose-driven space can reduce stress, enhance creativity, and keep you on track. Think about it this way. You wouldn't let someone walk into your life and sabotage your success. So, why would you let your environment do it? If your space is filled with distractions, whether it's a disorganized desk, a TV on in the background, or a never-ending stream of notifications, you're allowing external factors to control your focus and your time. You're letting the environment take away your power. You need to design your space to support your goals, to keep you focused on your mission, and to eliminate the distractions that could derail your success. How to build your fortress for focus. Here's how you can start building an environment that supports your focus, productivity, and success. 1. Declutter your workspace. Clutter is a silent killer of focus. It's easy to let your desk pile up with papers, gadgets, and miscellaneous items, but clutter distracts your brain and creates unnecessary stress. A clean, tidy workspace helps clear your mind and opens up space for creative thought. Get rid of anything you don't need. If it doesn't contribute to your current project or goal, get it out of sight. Your mind will thank you for it. Organize your space for productivity. Your workspace should be organized in a way that enhances your productivity. Keep only what you need within arm's reach. Your tools, materials, or devices should be arranged in a way that allows you to access them quickly and easily. Design your space to minimize friction. The less you have to move around to find things, the more mental energy you can dedicate to your work. 3. Create a dedicated workspace. One of the worst things you can do is allow your workspace to double as a space for everything else, your kitchen, your living room, or your bedroom. These spaces are filled with distractions that keep you from getting into deep focus mode. Create a dedicated space just for work. This will signal to your brain that when you're in this area, it's time to focus. Set physical boundaries. Between your work time and relaxation time, if possible, have a separate area for deep work to maintain that mental separation. 4. Remove digital distractions. Your physical space isn't the only place where distractions exist. Digital distractions are even more insidious. Notifications, social media, emails, they all pull your attention away from your task. Turn off non-essential notifications. While you work, use apps or browser extensions that block distracting sites. The less you engage with distractions, the more your brain can focus on what matters. 5. Surround yourself with motivation. Your environment can also fuel your inspiration. Fill your space with things that motivate and inspire you, whether it's an inspiring quote on the wall, a picture of your goals, or something that reminds you of your why. Make sure your environment constantly reinforces the mindset you want to cultivate. Surround yourself with objects that push you toward your vision of success and get rid of anything that brings you down. 6. Control your lighting and ambience. The lighting in your workspace plays a major role in your productivity. Dim lighting can make you feel lethargic, while harsh lighting can cause headaches or fatigue. Use soft, warm lighting to create a calm yet alert environment. Consider investing in natural light or full-spectrum bulbs to mimic daylight and help your brain stay focused. Additionally, if background noise is a problem, use noise-cancelling headphones or ambient sound apps to create a soundscape that works for you. 7. Establish a routine for your space. A clean, organized environment is one thing, but establishing a routine within that space is just as important. Create rituals that signal to your mind that it's time to focus. This could be a morning routine where you clear your desk, light a candle, or listen to a piece of music that helps you get into the zone. Routines reinforce habits, and a consistent ritual before you start working will help you shift into focus mode faster. Why control your environment? Your environment isn't just a passive backdrop, it's an active participant in your productivity. The more you let distractions rule your surroundings, the more they'll hijack your focus and productivity. By taking control of your environment, you're taking control of your mind. Think of it this way. If you're serious about reaching your goals, you need to surround yourself with elements that push you toward greatness. A fortress of focus will guard your mind from distractions and negativity. By creating a space that encourages clarity, purpose and determination, you're making it easier to stay on track and achieve your goals. Your environment will either help you thrive or hold you back. If you let it, it will sabotage your success. But if you design your surroundings to support your vision, your potential will have the space to grow and thrive. The time for change is now. The power to change your environment and, in turn, change your focus is in your hands. You wouldn't let someone sabotage your success, so don't let your environment do it either. It's time to stop making excuses and start building the space that propels you toward greatness. Your environment can either be a launch pad for your success or a roadblock that holds you back. Are you ready to take control of your environment, to create a space that reinforces your goals and pushes you toward success? If the answer is yes, then it's time to get to work. Start building your fortress for focus today. Your future depends on it. Chapter 6. The Power of Silence. How quiet can unleash your potential. In a world constantly buzzing with noise, silence is your secret weapon. We are surrounded by distractions all day long, your phone buzzing with messages, the endless scroll of social media, the noise of traffic, people talking, and even the constant chatter inside your own head. All of these sounds pull your attention in different directions and cloud your ability to think clearly. But what if I told you that silence, the absence of noise, is the key to unlocking your true potential? In the constant chaos, silence can seem uncomfortable, even unnatural. But here's the powerful truth. Silence is where clarity lives. It is only in the quiet that you can truly hear your thoughts, hear your inner voice, and connect deeply with your purpose. The more you fill your life with noise, the harder it becomes to focus, to create, and to tap into your mind's highest capabilities. Silence is the doorway to clarity, creativity, and focused energy. The clarity of silence. Imagine this. You're sitting in a quiet room, away from the distractions of the world. Your mind is calm, free from the clutter of external noise. In this space, your thoughts become clearer. You begin to see the path forward with precision. Your ideas flow more easily. You feel present, grounded, and deeply connected to the task at hand. This is the power of silence. When you embrace it, you give your mind the room it needs to breathe. Without distractions, your mind can think freely, focus intently, and unlock its full potential. It's in the silence that your creativity thrives, your problem-solving skills are sharpened, and your ability to concentrate intensifies. In a world where everyone is vying for your attention, silence allows you to take back control. It creates space for mental clarity, deeper thinking, and the breakthrough moments that propel you forward. How silence unleashes your potential. Silence is not just about the absence of sound. It's about giving your mind the chance to operate at its highest level. Here's how silence can unlock your true potential. 1. Silence calms the mind. When you're constantly bombarded with noise, your mind is in a constant state of alertness. This constant stimulation prevents you from focusing deeply on anything. Silence, on the other hand, calms the mind, allowing you to think clearly. It removes the mental fog and helps you regain your focus. 2. Silence encourages deep work. Deep work, the ability to concentrate for long periods of time on a single task, is essential for success. But deep work requires an environment that supports it. Without silence, distractions will continuously break your concentration. In silence, you can fully immerse yourself in the task at hand and do your best, most meaningful work. 3. Silence fosters creativity. Creativity thrives in stillness. It's in the quiet moments that your most innovative ideas emerge. When there's no noise to cloud your thoughts, you're free to think expansively, make connections, and see things from a new perspective. Silence allows your mind to wander, explore, and come up with ideas that you may not have been able to access in a noisy, chaotic environment. 4. Silence enhances focus. Focus is the cornerstone of productivity, but focus is nearly impossible when you're constantly distracted. Silence eliminates distractions, allowing you to hone in on one task at a time and do it well. When you work in silence, you're training your mind to stay present, to direct its full attention toward the task, and to accomplish it efficiently. 5. Silence promotes self-reflection. It's in the quiet moments that you can turn inward and reflect on your thoughts, behaviors, and actions. Silence gives you the time to assess your goals, your values, and your progress. This introspection helps you understand yourself better and make decisions that are in alignment with your true purpose. Incorporating silence into your day. So, how can you start incorporating more silence into your daily routine? Here are a few practical ways to do so. 1. Start your day in silence. Begin your day by taking 5 to 10 minutes of silence before you dive into your tasks. Don't reach for your phone, don't check your email. Just sit quietly with your thoughts. This simple practice sets the tone for the day and allows you to start the day with intention and clarity. 2. Turn off the music and TV. Many people work with background music or have the TV on as white noise. But if you want to focus and tap into your potential, try working in silence. Notice how much more productive you are and how much clearer your thoughts become when you remove distractions. 3. Create silent time blocks. Set specific times throughout the day where you deliberately do nothing but focus in silence. For example, schedule a 20-minute block where you sit at your desk, free of distractions, and focus solely on the task at hand. This deep work session will help you make more progress in less time. Practice mindful silence. Take a few minutes during the day to practice mindful silence. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Allow your thoughts to come and go without judgment. This practice will calm your mind, reduce stress, and allow you to reconnect with your inner thoughts. 5. Go for a walk in silence. A great way to clear your mind and tap into your creativity is by taking a walk in silence. Leave your headphones behind and simply focus on your surroundings, your breath, and your thoughts. Walking in silence allows you to reflect, relax, and refresh your mind. Don't be afraid of the quiet. Many people shy away from silence because it feels uncomfortable. In a world where noise is constant, quiet can feel foreign. But here's the thing. Don't be afraid of the quiet. Use it as fuel. The silence is where your mind can think freely, where you can tap into your inner wisdom, and where you can make powerful breakthroughs. It's in the silence that you'll find the clarity you need to move forward. And when you embrace silence, your focus will sharpen, your creativity will soar, and your mind will unlock its true potential. Conclusion: silence as a tool for success. In a noisy, distracted world, silence is your secret weapon. It's where clarity lives. It's where your focus strengthens. It's where your creativity flourishes. Silence holds the key to unlocking your mind's full potential. By incorporating more silence into your life, you create space for greater success. You give yourself the opportunity to think deeply, work intently, and achieve with purpose. Embrace the silence, and let it sharpen your focus and ignite your potential. It's time to unlock the true power of your mind. Technique 2. Developing mental resilience and control. Introduction to technique. 2. Developing mental resilience and control. Success is not defined by the challenges you face, but by how you respond to them. The truth is, life will test you. You will encounter setbacks, obstacles, and moments where everything seems to be falling apart. But your ability to overcome these challenges, the resilience you build in these moments, will determine your success. Mental resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop. It's the ability to stand strong in the face of adversity, to control your emotions in the toughest situations, and to keep moving forward when the world seems determined to stop you. Think about it. Resilient people aren't more fortunate than you. They're just more mentally tough. They don't give up when things get difficult. They don't let failure define them. Instead, they rise again, each time stronger, each time more determined. And you can develop that same mental toughness. In this section, we're going to break down exactly how to develop unshakable mental resilience and take full control of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. These 6 chapters will give you the tools to conquer self-doubt, overcome setbacks, and stay on track even when life tests you. Once you learn to control your mind and respond with resilience, nothing will stand in your way. This is your guide to mastering mental toughness and turning every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Chapter 1. The Power of Mental Toughness. How to handle anything life throws at you. Life will hit you. It will knock you down. It will test you, and it will make you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. The challenges you face in life will come without warning, and they won't care about your plans, your goals, or your timeline. But here's the one thing that will always matter. Your mental toughness will determine whether you stay down or rise up. The strongest people aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who get back up, no matter how hard they get hit. Life will challenge you. It will throw punches, sometimes harder than you can imagine. But it's not about avoiding challenges. It's not about staying in your comfort zone where things feel safe. It's about facing challenges head-on, confronting them with strength, and overcoming them, no matter what. Mental toughness is the ability to keep going when everything inside you tells you to quit. It's about pushing through obstacles and persevering when failure seems like the only option. It's the ability to stay calm in chaos, focused in frustration, and determined in the face of adversity. building mental toughness. It's a choice, not a gift. Here's the truth you need to understand right now. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's not some mystical trait that a select few have, and the rest of us are just left hoping for a little bit of it. Mental toughness is built. Every time you face adversity and choose to push through it, you are strengthening this muscle. Every time life challenges you, it gives you the opportunity to either crumble under the weight of it or rise to the occasion. Think about a time in your life when you overcame something difficult. Maybe it was a personal challenge, a setback in your career, or a failure that seemed impossible to bounce back from. What did you do? Did you give up, or did you push forward? It's in those moments that your mental toughness is forged. Mental toughness is about choosing to rise. It's not about avoiding pain or hardship. It's about embracing it, understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and committing to push through no matter how hard it gets. How to strengthen your mental toughness. You don't just wake up with mental toughness. It takes consistent practice, a willingness to face discomfort, and the courage to keep going when every part of you wants to quit. Here's how to build and strengthen your mental toughness. 1. Embrace adversity. Life isn't always easy, but adversity is where you grow. Instead of avoiding the hard things, embrace them. When you face something difficult, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this?" The challenges you face aren't there to break you, they are there to make you stronger. 2. Shift your mindset. Your mindset will determine your ability to handle setbacks. When things go wrong, don't let your thoughts spiral into negativity. Instead, train your mind to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Adopt a mindset of resilience, believing that no matter how hard things get, you have the power to get through it. 3. Control what you can. You can't control everything life throws at you, but you can control how you respond. When life feels out of control, focus on the things you can manage. Your attitude, your effort, your reaction. These are the only things you have the power to control, and when you master them, you become unstoppable. Practice patience and persistence. Mental toughness is about staying the course even when the road gets rough. Success doesn't come overnight, and neither does mental toughness. It takes patience and persistence. The more you keep pushing through, even when it feels like progress is slow, the more you develop your resilience. 5. Visualize your strength. One powerful technique that many mentally tough individuals use is visualization. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine yourself overcoming the challenge you're facing. Picture yourself not just surviving it, but thriving through it. Visualizing success gives you the mental strength to face adversity head-on. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head-on. You cannot escape challenges, they are part of life. But here's the good news. You don't have to avoid them to succeed. In fact, the more you face head-on, the more mentally tough you become. It's like working out. The more resistance you encounter, the stronger you get. The more obstacles you push through, the more resilient you become. Mental toughness isn't about pretending challenges don't exist. It's about building the resilience to face them and overcome them. It's about staying the course, even when things are difficult. It's about rising up every time you're knocked down. Will you stay down, or will you rise? Here's the question you need to answer. What will you do when life hits you? Will you let it knock you down and stay there? Or will you rise, stronger than ever, and keep moving forward? The people who are successful aren't the ones who've had it easy. They're the ones who've learned to rise every time they fall. They've built mental toughness, and they've made it their greatest asset. Your journey isn't defined by the setbacks you face, but by how you handle them. Will you let the tough times break you, or will you choose to build the mental toughness that will carry you to success? The choice is yours. So, what will it be? Will you stay down, or will you rise up stronger than ever? Conclusion: strength through resilience. Mental toughness is the foundation for overcoming anything life throws at you. It's not something you're born with. It's something you develop through your responses to adversity. Every time you face a challenge and rise above it, you build resilience. And that resilience is the key to unlocking your highest potential. Life will hit you, but how you respond will determine whether you rise stronger than before. Make mental toughness your weapon, and nothing will ever hold you back. Chapter 2. Conquer your inner critic. Silence the negative self-talk. That voice inside your head. It's lying to you. It tells you you're not good enough. It tells you that you'll never make it. It tells you that success is out of reach, that you don't have what it takes to achieve your goals. That voice, that inner critic, it's the source of your self-doubt and fear. But here's the truth. You are better than that voice. You are stronger than those thoughts. The inner critic is not who you are. It's a pattern of fear, self-doubt, and insecurity that's been programmed into you over time. It's not a reflection of your reality, but rather a product of your past experiences, mistakes, and the negative beliefs you've internalized. And it's time to silence it once and for all. Recognizing the inner critic. Before you can silence the inner critic, you need to understand its nature. The inner critic isn't based on truth. It's based on fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. And this fear shows up as negative thoughts that undermine your confidence and stop you from taking action. These thoughts might sound familiar. You're not good enough to succeed. Who do you think you are? You'll never make it. You're going to fail, and everyone will see it. Why bother? You're not cut out for this. These are the lies your inner critic tells you, but you don't have to listen to them. The power to change your mindset, to replace these negative beliefs with positive ones, is in your hands. Silencing the inner critic. The first step to conquering your inner critic is realizing that it's not you. It's a pattern of thinking that has been ingrained in your mind over time. It's a defense mechanism that has developed to protect you from failure, but in doing so, it has kept you stuck, afraid to take risks and go after what you truly want. Now it's time to challenge those thoughts. Don't accept them as truth. Every time that negative voice tries to take over, confront it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Am I really not good enough? Am I really incapable of succeeding? You'll quickly realize that these thoughts are not grounded in reality. They are simply your fears, masquerading as facts. Replace negative thoughts with empowering affirmations. Once you've recognized that the inner critic is lying to you, it's time to replace its lies with affirmations of strength, belief, and confidence. Affirmations are your weapon against the negative self-talk. They are positive statements that reinforce your true worth and capabilities. Here are a few powerful affirmations you can use to drown out the inner critic. I am worthy of success, and I have the power to achieve my goals. Every failure is a stepping stone toward my growth. I believe in myself and my ability to overcome any challenge. I am stronger than my doubts and fears. These affirmations don't just quiet the inner critic, they transform your mindset. The more you speak these affirmations, the more they become a part of your reality. Over time, you'll begin to believe them, and the inner critic will lose its power over you. Challenge your inner critic daily. Just like any habit, silencing the inner critic takes practice. Every time you hear that negative voice, challenge it. Replace its lies with the truth. The more consistently you confront and silence your inner critic, the quieter it becomes. Eventually, you'll reach a point where those negative thoughts have no space in your mind anymore. It's also important to recognize when your inner critic shows up. It doesn't just appear in moments of failure. It also pops up when you're about to step out of your comfort zone, try something new, or pursue a goal. In those moments, the inner critic will try to talk you out of it, but this is exactly when you need to fight back. The key is to be proactive. Anticipate the negative thoughts and don't give them room to grow. When you do this consistently, you'll stop being controlled by your inner critic, and instead, you'll start to control your own thoughts. The more you confront your inner critic, the quieter it becomes. Here's a powerful truth. The more you confront your inner critic, the quieter it becomes. At first, it will feel loud, constant, and overwhelming, but with each challenge, it will lose its power. The more you speak truth to those negative thoughts, the more you'll break the pattern of self-doubt. In the beginning, it may feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, but over time, the battle will become easier. You'll get better at recognizing the inner critic's lies, and your belief in yourself will grow stronger. Eventually, that voice will be nothing more than a whisper in the background, powerless to stop you from achieving your full potential. The sound of your true potential. When you silence your inner critic, you create space for something much more powerful. The sound of your true potential. Your true potential isn't defined by self-doubt, fear, or insecurity. It's defined by your courage, your belief in yourself, and your ability to take action despite the obstacles in your way. When your inner critic fades into silence, you will hear the voice of your true self, the one that believes in your strength, your vision, and your ability to succeed. You will start to hear your true potential calling you to take bold action, to dream bigger, and to push past the limitations that once held you back. Conclusion. Embrace your strength and silence the doubts. It's time to silence your inner critic once and for all. You are better than those negative thoughts. You are stronger than the doubts and fears that try to control you. You have the power to rewrite the narrative in your mind, replacing the self-doubt with self-belief and the fear with confidence. Every time you challenge the inner critic, you get one step closer to unlocking your true potential. Keep confronting those negative thoughts, keep replacing them with positive affirmations, and soon you'll be living from a place of strength, belief, and unwavering confidence. Your true potential is waiting. And it starts when you silence the lies and embrace your power. Chapter 3. Turning setbacks into fuel. How to use failure as your power. Failure is inevitable. Let me say that again. Failure is inevitable. If you're not failing, you're not pushing hard enough. Failure is a sign that you're stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone, challenging your limits, and striving for something greater. And that's where growth happens. But here's the truth you need to understand. Failure is not your enemy. In fact, it's your fuel. The reason so many people stop short of their dreams is because they fear failure. They avoid it. They see it as the end of the road, a sign that they're not good enough or that they've reached their limit. But nothing could be further from the truth. Failure is simply part of the process. It's how you use it that determines your success. Every setback is an opportunity. It's a chance to learn, to adapt, to grow stronger. The people who succeed are not those who avoid failure. They're the ones who fail the most, and still, they keep moving forward. They don't let failure stop them. They use it as a tool to sharpen their minds and fuel their next step. The power of a growth mindset. Here's the key to turning setbacks into fuel. You must adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. This mindset allows you to see failure not as something to avoid, but as something to embrace. When you face a setback, people with a growth mindset don't see it as a reflection of their worth. They don't see failure as a dead end. They see it as an opportunity to learn. Instead of thinking, "I failed, I'm not good enough," they think, "What can I learn from this? How can I improve? What's the lesson here?" By choosing to embrace failure as part of the growth process, you open yourself up to continuous improvement. Every mistake you make becomes a stepping stone towards success. The more you fail, the closer you get to victory. Failure isn't the end, it's the beginning. Here's what separates those who succeed from those who quit. They don't quit after failure. They get up, they assess what went wrong, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. Think about the most successful people in the world: athletes, entrepreneurs, innovators, and creators. Almost all of them have faced massive failures at some point. But the difference between them and those who give up is their ability to learn from failure and keep going. Failure is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign that you're doing something difficult. And that's exactly where growth happens. The key is to embrace failure, use it to learn, and then move forward with even more determination. The power of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. It's the ability to look failure in the face and say, "I will not be defeated by you. I will learn from you, and I will come back stronger." To develop this resilience, you must shift your mindset from one of defeat to one of empowerment. When you fail, remind yourself that this is part of your journey to success. Failure doesn't define you, it's a lesson that guides you. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? How can I use this setback to make me stronger? Each time you rise after a fall, you build more mental toughness. You prove to yourself that no challenge is too great, no setback too big, because you have the resilience to push through it. Failure, when used correctly, becomes a source of strength, not weakness. How to use failure as fuel. To truly harness the power of failure, you must start using it as fuel to drive forward. Here's how you can turn every setback into an opportunity for growth. 1. Embrace your mistakes. Don't shy away from failure. Own your mistakes and recognize that they are a part of your success story. Every failure is a lesson, and every lesson is an opportunity to improve. So, instead of letting failure hold you back, let it push you forward. 2. Assess and adapt. When things don't go as planned, don't just move on. Take time to assess what went wrong. What can you do differently? What lessons can you take away? Then adapt your strategy. Make adjustments, refine your approach, and keep moving forward with a clearer direction. 3. Stay focused on the bigger picture. When failure strikes, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate pain or disappointment, but successful people keep their eyes on the bigger picture. Focus on the long-term goal. And remember that failure is just one step in the journey. It's not the end, it's the beginning of your next success. 4. Don't fear the setback. Fear of failure often stops people from taking risks, but the truth is, every failure brings you one step closer to success. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Don't fear it. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your next move. Turning failure into momentum. The most powerful thing you can do with failure is to turn it into momentum. The more resilient you become, the more you can turn setbacks into fuel for your next breakthrough. The people who are truly successful have faced failures, some more than others, but what sets them apart is their ability to turn failure into progress. They don't dwell on their mistakes. They use them to propel themselves forward. They take what they've learned and apply it in the next phase of their journey. Conclusion: fail forward. Stop fearing failure. Embrace it. Every setback, every obstacle, every mistake is an opportunity to grow, learn, and come back stronger. Failure is your fuel. And with every failure, you get closer to the person you're meant to become. The more you fail and keep moving forward, the closer you get to victory. So, what will it be? Will you let failure defeat you, or will you use it as your power to drive forward? The choice is yours. Embrace failure, and let it be the fuel that propels you to success. Chapter 4: Mastering Your Emotions. How to control how you react. Life will throw you curveballs: stress, frustration, anger, disappointment. These moments will come, and they will test you. The truth is, emotions are powerful, but they don't control you unless you let them. Your emotions might feel overwhelming at times, but you are the one in charge of how you react to them. You have the power to control your emotional state. Here's what you need to understand. Emotions are not facts. They are powerful signals that communicate how you feel in response to your environment, but they are not permanent. The problem arises when we allow these emotions to dictate our actions, moods, and decisions. We feel anger or frustration, and suddenly we lose control. We let our emotions take over, and before we know it, we've reacted in ways we regret. But when you master your emotions, you gain the power to stay focused, calm, and in control. This doesn't mean you'll never feel frustrated, stressed, or upset. It means you'll learn how to handle those feelings, use them as fuel, and keep moving forward without letting them derail your progress. The importance of emotional control. Think about it. The difference between success and failure isn't always talent or ability. It's emotional control. When life throws a challenge your way, do you let your emotions get the best of you, or do you stay focused, composed, and driven? When you master your emotions, you unlock a superpower. You stop reacting impulsively to stress or frustration, and instead, you choose how you respond. You can't control everything that happens in your life, but you can always control how you react. The key is to stop allowing your emotions to control you and instead learn to manage them effectively. How to master your emotions. Mastering your emotions isn't about suppressing them. It's not about ignoring your feelings or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about learning how to respond to your emotions in a healthy, productive way. Here's how you can start. 1. Pause before reacting. The first step in mastering your emotions is learning to pause before you react. When stress, frustration, or anger arise, don't immediately react. Take a deep breath, step back, and give yourself a moment to think. This pause allows you to respond with intention, not impulse. When you act in the heat of the moment, you're more likely to say or do something you'll regret. But when you pause, you create the space for emotional clarity and a more controlled response. 2. Acknowledge your emotions. You can't control something that you're not aware of. The next step is to acknowledge what you're feeling. If you're angry, stressed, or overwhelmed, don't deny it. Identify the emotion you're experiencing and give it space. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What triggered it? Understanding the root cause of your emotions helps you regain control. 3. Reframe negative emotions. Emotions like frustration or anger can cloud your judgment and cause you to react negatively. Instead of letting them take over, try to reframe them. For example, if you're feeling stressed, think about how the stress could be an indicator that you're pushing yourself towards something important. See your emotions as tools, not obstacles. When you reframe your emotions, you shift from a negative reaction to a constructive response. 4. Use your emotions as fuel. Emotional energy doesn't have to be wasted. You can channel negative emotions into positive actions. Instead of letting frustration paralyze you, use it as motivation to push forward. When you're angry or upset, instead of lashing out, use that energy to fuel your productivity. Turn the negative emotions into a driving force that propels you toward your goals. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of staying present in the moment without getting swept away by your emotions. When you feel your emotions rising, try to bring your attention back to your breath, your body, or your surroundings. Mindfulness allows you to observe your emotions without being consumed by them, helping you regain control and clarity in stressful situations. 6. Develop emotional awareness. The more you understand your emotions, the better you can control them. Start by paying attention to patterns in your emotional responses. Do certain situations or people trigger strong emotional reactions? Are there specific stresses that cause you to lose control? Developing emotional awareness will help you anticipate your emotional reactions and give you more power over how you respond. Why emotional control is a game changer. When you master your emotions, you no longer let life's challenges dictate your success. You stay calm under pressure. You stay focused, even in the face of adversity. You stop letting negative emotions like fear, frustration, and anger hold you back. Emotional control doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It means you allow yourself to feel them without letting them take control of your actions. It's the difference between reacting and responding. It's the difference between being a victim of your emotions and being the master of them. When you are in control of your emotions, you are in control of your life. You can think more clearly, make better decisions, and remain calm in the face of adversity. You'll be able to stay focused on your goals, even when life throws curveballs your way. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to execute with precision. Take control of your emotional state. If you want to achieve greatness, you must take control of your emotional state. Don't let your emotions dictate your behavior. You dictate your emotions. When you control your emotional state, you unlock your true potential. You become unshakable, undeterred by setbacks, and unstoppable in your pursuit of success. Emotions are powerful, yes, but you are more powerful. Your emotional state is not a force that controls you. It's a tool you can use to shape your actions, decisions, and mindset. So, the next time life throws you a curveball, ask yourself, how do I want to respond? Take control of your emotions, and you will take control of your life. Conclusion: master your emotions, master your life. When you learn to master your emotions, You not only improve your productivity, but you also improve your quality of life. You create space for clarity, focus, and calm, no matter what's happening around you. Mastering your emotions is the key to staying on course, regardless of the challenges life presents. So, take control. Don't let your emotions control you. Embrace the power of emotional discipline and watch how it transforms your success and your ability to execute with confidence and precision. Chapter 5. The Power of Mental Reset, Rebounding Faster and Stronger. When life knocks you down, you can't stay there. The world doesn't stop for your setbacks, and neither should you. The most successful people in the world know how to reset their minds, bounce back quickly, and keep pushing forward. And that's what sets them apart. They don't dwell on failure. They don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they use those challenges as fuel to come back even stronger. But here's the truth. Mental resets are crucial for staying in the game. You can't afford to stay stuck in negativity, bitterness, or frustration. You can't afford to let one bad day, one failure, or one obstacle derail your progress. The key to mental resilience is learning how to reset quickly, refocus, and get back to work. When life throws a curveball, your ability to bounce back is what will determine your success. The faster you reset, the faster you move toward your goals. Every time you hit a wall, it's an opportunity to reset and come back with more determination, clarity, and focus than before. Why mental resets are essential. The longer you stay stuck in negativity, the longer your progress will be delayed. If you don't reset, you stay stuck in the past. You stay stuck in your failures, in your disappointments, and in your fears. But the reality is, your success is built on the ability to let go and keep moving forward. Think about the times you've faced adversity, whether it was a failure, a mistake, or a setback. When you linger too long in negative emotions or thoughts, you lose momentum. You waste energy. The sooner you reset your mindset, the sooner you regain control of your emotions, and the sooner you can get back on track. Success doesn't come from never falling. It comes from how fast you get back up. And this is the power of the mental reset. It's about learning to reset your focus, your mindset, and your emotions quickly so that you can keep pushing forward, no matter what. How to reset your mind. A mental reset is more than just shaking off the disappointment. It's about recalibrating your thoughts, shifting your focus, and clearing away any mental clutter that's preventing you from moving forward. Here's how you can reset your mind quickly and effectively. 1. Acknowledge the setback, but don't dwell on it. The first step in resetting your mind is acknowledging what's happened. Yes, something went wrong. Yes, you failed or faced a challenge. But here's the critical part. Don't dwell on it. The longer you stay focused on the setback, the more it drains your energy and keeps you stuck. Accept it, learn from it, and move on. Don't let it define you. 2. Shift your perspective. When things go wrong, it's easy to get caught up in negative thinking. This isn't fair. Why me? I'll never succeed. But to reset your mind, you must shift your perspective. Change how you see the situation. Instead of seeing it as a defeat, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow stronger? Viewing setbacks as learning opportunities helps you regain control over your thoughts and emotions. 3. Focus on the present moment. You can't change the past, and you can't predict the future. The only moment you have control over is now. Bring yourself back to the present. Focus on the task at hand. What can you do right now to move forward? Reset your mind by centering yourself in the present moment. This will help you regain clarity and direction so you can get back to work without distractions. Take a deep breath and refocus. When you feel overwhelmed by negativity or frustration, take a deep breath. Breathing deeply helps calm the mind and reset your emotional state. When you breathe deeply and focus on the present moment, you clear away any anxiety or stress that's clouding your mind. Refocus your energy on the actions you need to take to move forward. Create a reset ritual. Having a reset ritual can be incredibly helpful when you need to mentally bounce back. This ritual could be a physical action, like going for a walk or stretching, a mindfulness practice, like meditation or deep breathing, or even something that helps you regain clarity, like journaling or listening to calming music. Whatever it is, create a ritual that helps you reset your mind and re-energize yourself for the next step. Why fast recovery equals success. The faster you reset, the faster you can move forward. When you master the art of a quick mental reset, you stay in the game longer. You don't let setbacks slow you down or break your momentum. Instead, you keep your energy focused on the future, not the past. Think of it like this. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. And in every marathon, there are moments when you feel like giving up. But the key to finishing strong isn't avoiding fatigue or struggle. It's about knowing how to reset when you feel overwhelmed. It's about taking a step back, refocusing, and getting back in the race with renewed strength and determination. The power of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It's the ability to learn from failure and continue moving forward. The more you practice mental resets, the more resilient you become. The faster you reset, the stronger you get. Every time you bounce back, you reinforce your mental strength. Resilience is about having a mindset that refuses to stay down. When life knocks you down, don't stay on the ground. Get up, reset, refocus, and keep going. Each reset builds your resilience, and each time you get back up, you prove to yourself that nothing can stop you. Conclusion: bounce back stronger than ever. In life, you will face setbacks. You will experience challenges that feel overwhelming. But the true power lies in how you respond. The faster you reset your mind, the quicker you can regain your momentum and continue your path to success. Don't let setbacks define you. Use them to fuel your next move. Embrace the power of the mental reset, and you'll find yourself bouncing back faster and stronger, ready to tackle whatever comes your way. The longer you stay in negativity, the longer your progress will be delayed. But when you learn to reset quickly, you stay on course towards success. Reset, refocus, and keep moving forward. Chapter 6. Building Resilience. Through stress, thrive when you're under pressure. Stress doesn't have to break you. If anything, it's the perfect opportunity to prove your resilience. In fact, stress is one of the greatest tools you can use to strengthen your mental toughness. The pressure you feel in stressful situations is not a signal of weakness. It's a signal that you are being stretched, challenged, and pushed to grow. When you learn to handle stress, you gain control over any situation. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who live without stress. They're the ones who know how to turn pressure into power. They don't let stress crush them. They use it to fuel their growth, sharpen their skills, and rise to the occasion. Stress, when managed correctly, can become the catalyst that drives you to new heights. You may not be able to eliminate stress from your life, but you can learn to thrive under it. The key is in how you respond. Do you allow it to paralyze you, or do you use it as fuel for your resilience and growth? The choice is yours. stress as a tool for growth. It's easy to view stress as something to avoid or eliminate, but the truth is, stress is a powerful tool for growth. It challenges you to push beyond your limits, to adapt, and to develop new skills. When you're under pressure, you're faced with a decision. You can either succumb to the pressure and allow it to break you, or you can use it to build your strength. The most resilient people are those who view stress not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. Here's the thing. Stress doesn't just show up randomly, it's a sign that you're moving towards something bigger. Whether it's a challenging project at work, a difficult personal situation, or a major life change, stress is a natural response to things that matter. It's your body's way of telling you that growth is on the horizon. When you learn to manage that stress, you unlock the potential to become stronger and more capable than you ever thought possible. Turning pressure into power. The pressure you face can either hold you back or propel you forward. It all comes down to how you choose to use it. Here's how to turn stress into an asset. 1. Shift your perspective on stress. The first step in building resilience through stress is to change how you view it. Instead of seeing stress as a threat, try seeing it as a challenge, one that you are capable of handling. Remind yourself that stress is a sign of growth, and it's part of the process of becoming stronger. This shift in perspective will empower you to face stressful situations with confidence instead of fear. Stay calm under pressure. One of the most powerful skills you can develop is the ability to stay calm when stress hits. When you're under pressure, your body may want to react with panic, anxiety, or frustration. Learn to pause, take a deep breath, and ground yourself in the present moment. This will give you the mental clarity to assess the situation calmly and respond with intention rather than reacting impulsively. 3. Focus on what you can control. Stress often comes from feeling overwhelmed by things you can't control. The key to managing stress is to focus on what you can control. What is in your power to change? What actions can you take right now that will make a difference? When you focus on the controllable, you stop feeling helpless and start regaining control of the situation. Use stress to fuel action. Stress is often accompanied by a surge of adrenaline, which can be used as fuel for action. Instead of letting stress paralyze you, use it to get moving. Channel that energy into productive action. Whether it's working through a difficult problem, tackling a project, or overcoming a personal challenge, stress can be the motivation you need to push yourself harder and move forward. 5. Build resilience through consistent exposure. Just like physical strength, resilience grows stronger the more you exercise it. The more you expose yourself to stress and push through it, the more resilient you become. Start by taking on manageable challenges, then gradually increase the difficulty. Over time, you'll build the emotional stamina to handle greater stress with confidence and ease. The power of mental resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to keep moving forward when life gets tough. The most resilient people don't avoid stress, they embrace it. They understand that stress is not the enemy, it's the ally that helps them grow. When you learn to handle stress effectively, you develop the mental toughness to stay focused, stay calm, and keep moving forward, no matter what. It's not about being immune to stress, it's about developing the tools and mindset to thrive in its presence. When life gets tough, the tough get going. The best way to predict your success is not by how well you handle calm, easy situations. It's by how well you handle stressful, high-pressure situations. When life gets tough, The tough get going. The resilient people in this world are those who understand that stress is just a part of the process, and they are ready to face it head-on. In every stressful moment, you have the power to choose. Will you let stress break you, or will you rise to the occasion, use it as fuel, and keep pushing forward? The more you embrace stress as part of your journey, the more you build your emotional resilience, and the more you build resilience, the stronger you become. Conclusion: thrive under pressure. Stress will always be a part of life. The challenge isn't eliminating it, it's learning how to thrive under it. When you learn to embrace stress as a tool for growth, when you shift your mindset to see pressure as power, you will become unstoppable. Stress sharpens you, challenges you, and makes you stronger. The more you embrace and learn to handle stress, the more resilient you become. And that resilience will be your greatest asset in the pursuit of success. The question is, will you let stress defeat you, or will you use it to fuel your growth and push forward? The choice is yours, and I have no doubt you're about to become one of the toughest people on the planet. Technique 3: taking action and leaving a legacy. Introduction to Technique 3: taking action and leaving a legacy. Dreams are nothing without action. Goals are meaningless without steps. Taking action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. No matter how big your vision, how inspiring your ideas, or how brilliant your plan, without decisive action, it all remains just that: an idea, a vision, a dream. Success isn't just about thinking or planning, it's about doing. The most successful people in the world don't just dream, they act. They take consistent, massive action toward their goals, regardless of the obstacles in their path. They know that waiting for the perfect moment is just another form of procrastination. They move forward, regardless of the uncertainty, and that's what sets them apart. But here's the truth. Action without purpose is just movement. It's not enough to take action. You need to take focused, purposeful action that is aligned with your goals and values. That's how you create something meaningful. That's how you leave a legacy. In this section, we're going to dive deep into how to take consistent, powerful action that drives results, how to turn your goals into reality, and how to live a life that matters. These 6 chapters will give you the tools, strategies, and mindset shifts you need to make your dreams a reality and leave a lasting impact on the world. Chapter 1: The Power of Immediate Action. Don't wait, do it now. Stop waiting. Stop thinking about it. Stop planning for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The moment is now. The longer you wait, the further away your goals will get. The more you hesitate, the more you allow fear and doubt to creep in, and the less you move toward your dreams. You can think, you can plan, you can even make a list, but until you take action, nothing will happen. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of overthinking, in waiting for the right time or the perfect set of circumstances. But the truth is, the right time is now. The time for action is always now. You're never going to feel fully ready. You're never going to have all the answers. But if you don't start, if you don't act, you'll never get any closer to where you want to be. If you want to change your life, you need to take action. Now, it's not about waiting for the stars to align or the conditions to be perfect. It's about committing to the process and making moves, no matter how big or small. The longer you wait, the more opportunities pass you by. You have no time to waste. Your goals won't wait for you. If you want results, you need to take action. The problem with waiting. Waiting isn't just passive. It's a trap. It's easy to convince yourself that tomorrow will be the right time, that next week will be better. But those are just excuses. Waiting keeps you stuck in a cycle of inaction, always thinking about the future, but never doing anything about it. And the more you wait, the further you fall behind. What's holding you back? Fear, perfectionism, doubt. Whatever the reason, waiting won't solve your problems. It will only keep you from moving forward. Each day you wait is a day you're not taking action, and the longer you wait, the more difficult it becomes to start. The momentum you could have built is lost. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need the perfect plan or the perfect conditions to take that first step. What you need is the courage to start, to commit to action, and to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Action creates momentum. Here's the game changer. Action creates momentum. The moment you take that first step, the moment you make a move, you begin to generate momentum. Momentum makes everything easier. The more you act, the more confident you become. The more you execute, the more you learn, and the closer you get to your goals. Think about the times you've hesitated. When you finally forced yourself to take action, how much easier did it feel once you started? It's like pushing a car. At first, it's difficult to get it moving, but once it's in motion, it's easier to keep it going. Action is the key to building momentum. It's how you get started, and it's how you keep going. Commit to action. The first step is commitment. You have to commit to your goals and to taking action, no matter what. Commitment is the decision to act, to make a move, and to keep moving forward. When you commit, you are not waiting for the perfect moment, and you're not second-guessing yourself. You are deciding that the time for action is now. Once you've committed, execute. It doesn't matter how small the action is. Start with the smallest step you can take today and build from there. Don't wait for everything to align. Make the move, even if it's imperfect. Every action you take brings you closer to your goal. Execution turns dreams into reality. Don't look back. Once you've committed and started, don't look back. Stop second-guessing yourself. Don't dwell on whether you've made the right choice or whether you should have done something differently. Keep your eyes forward. The past is done. The only thing that matters is what you do next. When you take action, there's no room for hesitation. There's no room for regret. You've committed to the process, and you're going to see it through. Each step you take, each action you make, brings you closer to the future you want. Don't waste time looking back. Keep moving forward. The time to act is now. The time to act is not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's not when everything is perfect. It's now. The longer you wait, the further your dreams get pushed into the future. The moment is here. Stop talking, stop planning, and start doing. Take the first step, no matter how small. Commit to action, execute relentlessly, and don't look back. Momentum will build, and you'll look back one day and realize how far you've come because you decided to act when it mattered most. Conclusion: commit, execute, and don't look back. Stop waiting for the perfect time to start. The time to take action is now. Commit to your goals, take decisive action, and execute relentlessly. Don't let fear, doubt, or perfectionism hold you back. You are in control of your future, and the future starts with what you do today. The time is now. Commit, execute, and don't look back. Your success is waiting, but you have to take the first step to make it happen. Chapter 2. Execution over perfection. Why action beats overthinking. Overthinking kills progress. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. How many times have you found yourself stuck, endlessly planning, analyzing, or rethinking every little detail? You tell yourself you're just being thorough, but in reality, you're paralyzed by the need for everything to be perfect. And while you're caught up in thinking, planning, and over-analyzing, nothing is happening. You want to make progress? Take action, imperfect action. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need a flawless plan or the perfect resources. What you need is to start. The key to success is not perfection, it's execution. Action creates momentum, and momentum moves you toward your goal. The more you do, the more you learn, and the more you grow. You might be waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan. But those moments don't exist. The longer you wait for everything to align, the longer you delay your progress. The only time that matters is now. The trap of perfectionism. Perfectionism is the killer of progress. It's the belief that if something isn't perfect, it's not worth doing. And that mindset is why so many people stay stuck. Perfectionism tells you that you need everything to be exactly right before you take action. But the reality is, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Not your plan, not the timing, not even you. Waiting for perfection keeps you in a constant state of readiness, but never in action. And without action, there is no progress. It's a cycle that traps you in a loop of inaction. The more you try to perfect every detail, the more you distance yourself from the real work. Because the work isn't in getting everything exactly right. It's in doing. And doing means taking action. Imperfect action is better than no action. Here's the reality check. You don't need everything figured out to start. The best way to learn, improve, and grow is through taking imperfect action. When you take action, even if it's not perfect, you start gaining valuable insights. You adjust, learn from mistakes, and keep going. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. If you wait until you have everything figured out, you'll never take that first step. Start with what you have. Start with where you are. The only way to figure it out is by jumping in and doing the work. Action leads to clarity. Think of the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there by waiting for the perfect moment or waiting until everything was flawless. They started. They took action. They made mistakes, learned from them, and kept moving forward. Progress doesn't come from waiting for perfection. It comes from consistent execution. How to stop overthinking and start executing. If you find yourself stuck in a cycle of overthinking, here's how you can break free and start executing. 1. Commit to imperfect action. The first step is to decide that you're going to act imperfectly if necessary. The decision to take action, even when things aren't perfect, is liberating. Once you commit to execution, you'll notice that the fear of failure starts to fade. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you act, the more your confidence grows. 2. Set small, actionable goals. Break your big goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of focusing on the entire project, focus on the first step. Commit to taking one small action today. This shift in focus will keep you from getting overwhelmed and will propel you forward, step by step. 3. Take action before you feel ready. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to start. You'll never feel fully ready. If you wait for all the conditions to be perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Take the first step, even if you're not sure exactly how it's going to turn out. It's better to take imperfect action than no action at all. Let go of the need for perfection. Remind yourself that done is better than perfect. Perfection is subjective and it's rarely achieved anyway. Striving for perfection only slows you down. Instead, focus on progress. Allow yourself to make mistakes and see them as opportunities to learn and grow. 5. Learn as you go. Don't expect to have all the answers right away. The process of executing will teach you the lessons you need to succeed. Action leads to learning, and learning leads to growth. The more you do, the more you refine your approach. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Worry about getting better with each attempt. Execution creates momentum. Once you start executing, momentum will build. The more you take action, the more confident you become. You start seeing results, and those results fuel your drive to keep moving forward. Action creates momentum. And momentum makes it easier to keep going. The more you do, the more you learn, and the faster you move toward your goal. When you take consistent action, you're no longer just dreaming or planning. You're building something real. You're turning your ideas into reality. The more you act, the more tangible your goals become. Nakasius. Stop waiting and start doing. The best time to take action is right now. You don't need to wait for a perfect plan. You don't need to wait for the perfect timing. The perfect moment will never come. The key to success is executing with whatever you have right now. So stop waiting for the ideal plan. Stop thinking about what could go wrong. Commit to action. Start small. Start imperfectly. The more you act, the more you'll achieve. Nato-sans. Conclusion. Execution is the key to success. Perfectionism will only hold you back. Execution is the real key to success. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to start. Every step, every small action moves you closer to your goal. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll reach your destination. So stop thinking, stop planning, and start doing. Your success is waiting for you, but you can only reach it by taking action. Get started today, and let your execution be the force that drives you forward. Chapter 3. Creating Unstoppable Momentum. How to keep moving forward. Momentum is a force of nature. Once you get it, it's almost impossible to stop. It's the energy, the drive, and the unstoppable force that propels you forward toward your goals. The challenge, however, is creating that momentum in the first place. It's easy to get stuck in the thinking stage, planning, strategizing, and waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, momentum is built by action. The only way to create that unstoppable force is to start moving, even if it's just one small step at a time. Once you get moving, everything else falls into place. Each small step you take leads to another, and before you know it, you're on a roll. The key to momentum is consistency. Take action, keep moving forward, and don't stop. Every action you take builds momentum, and every win, no matter how small, propels you forward. Soon, you won't be able to stop. You'll become unstoppable. Why momentum is so powerful. Think of momentum like a snowball rolling downhill. At first it's small and slow, but the more it rolls, the bigger it gets, and the faster it moves. Momentum builds on itself. The more you do, the more you get done. This is true in every area of life. When you take action and create momentum, you unlock a power within yourself that makes everything easier. You stop thinking about the obstacles in your way and start thinking about the next step, the next task, and the next win. Momentum fuels progress. It turns effort into results. It creates a positive cycle of achievement that pushes you forward even when the road gets tough. And here's the thing, momentum doesn't require giant leaps. It doesn't need massive, world-changing actions every day. It can start with the smallest step. But once you take that first step, momentum begins to build. And soon you'll find yourself moving faster and achieving more than you ever thought possible. How to build momentum. Building momentum isn't magic. It's a simple step-by-step process that starts with a commitment to action. Here's how you can build unstoppable momentum. 1. Start small. The most important thing when you're starting to build momentum is to take that first step. No matter how small it seems, you don't need to start with a huge, life-changing move. It's all about starting. Do something, even if it's just a small task related to your goal. The key is to start, and from there, everything else will follow. 2. Take consistent action. Once you start, keep moving. Momentum is built through consistent action. Whether it's a small action every day or a bigger one every week, you have to keep going. The more consistent you are with your actions, the faster momentum will build. If you stop for too long, you risk losing your progress. Keep pushing forward, no matter how small the steps. 3. Celebrate small wins. Every small victory is an important part of building momentum. Celebrate your wins. No matter how small they seem, every step you take, every action you complete, adds fuel to your momentum. Acknowledging your progress reinforces your drive and reminds you that you're moving in the right direction. These small wins are the building blocks of your unstoppable momentum. Stay focused on the process. When you're building momentum, it's easy to get distracted by the end goal, especially when things feel slow. But focus on the process, not the end result. Each action you take is a step in the right direction, and the results will come naturally. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate massive change. Keep moving, and the momentum will carry you. 5. Push through the tough times. Momentum isn't always smooth sailing. There will be times when things slow down or when you face setbacks. That's when momentum is most powerful, because it allows you to push through and keep going. When you have momentum on your side, you're more resilient. You'll feel the strength to keep going, even when things aren't going perfectly. Just remember, it's all part of the process. The power of consistency. Momentum doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, consistency, and dedication. But the more you show up, the more you keep taking action, the more you build that unstoppable force. Consistency is what turns effort into results. It's what turns small actions into big wins. And once you have that momentum, it's hard to stop. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent steps. They add up. They compound. Each action, no matter how insignificant it may seem, builds momentum. And momentum is what gets you to the finish line. The snowball effect of momentum. Just like the snowball rolling downhill, once momentum starts building, it becomes easier to keep going. The momentum you create will carry you through tough times. It becomes self-perpetuating. The more you achieve, the more motivated you become. The more you push forward, the easier it becomes to keep pushing. As you build momentum, you'll find that it doesn't take as much effort to stay in motion. Your momentum will drive you forward, and before long, you'll be accomplishing things you never thought possible. Conclusion: become unstoppable. Momentum is a force that once you've created it, is incredibly hard to stop. It's built on action. Every step you take, no matter how small, builds that momentum. And the more momentum you have, the more unstoppable you become. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop thinking about it. Start taking action. The more you move, the more momentum you build. The more momentum you have, the closer you get to your goals. You are unstoppable. And momentum is the power that will carry you to success. Keep moving, keep pushing forward, and soon you won't be able to stop. You'll be unstoppable. Chapter 4. Living with Intention. Make every action count. You're not here to waste time. Every decision you make, every action you take, should be intentional. There's no room for aimless wandering or going through the motions. Your life is too precious to simply drift from one day to the next without purpose. If you want to build something meaningful, something you can be proud of, then you need to live with intention. Each day is an opportunity to move closer to your goals or to move further away from them. Every single action you take contributes to the future you're creating. The question is, are you building a future that aligns with your vision, your values, and your deepest desires? Or are you letting life pass by without making conscious choices? Living with intention means being deliberate about everything you do. From the small, everyday choices to the big decisions that shape your path. It means making sure every action, no matter how seemingly insignificant, brings you closer to the person you want to become and the life you want to create. The power of intentionality. When you live intentionally, you don't just react to life, you shape it. You are in control. Intentional living isn't about being perfect or having every detail planned out. It's about being clear on your values, your goals, and your purpose, and making decisions that align with them. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of life. We often get distracted by the noise, the expectations of others, or the day-to-day grind. But living intentionally means taking a step back from the distractions and asking yourself, what do I want? What am I working towards? Every action you take should be a step toward that vision. How to live with intention. Living with intention isn't a passive experience, it's an active choice. Here's how you can start making every action count. 1. Clarify your vision and purpose. Before you can make intentional decisions, you need to know what you're working towards. What is your vision for the future? What do you want to create in your life? Define your purpose. This will act as your compass, guiding every decision and action. Without a clear vision, you'll find yourself going through the motions, without direction. Once you know your purpose, every action becomes a way to move closer to it. 2. Set specific, purpose-driven goals. Intentional living requires clear goals that align with your vision. These goals should not only be specific, but also meaningful. Set goals that challenge you and push you out of your comfort zone, but also align with your values and your greater purpose. When your goals are aligned with your true desires, every action you take will be purposeful and impactful. 3. Be deliberate with your decisions. Every decision matters. From what you eat, to how you spend your time, to how you respond to challenges. Each choice either brings you closer to your goals or takes you further away. Don't let life happen to you. Be deliberate. In every decision, knowing that each one contributes to the future you're creating. When you act with purpose, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start focusing on what truly moves the needle. Take consistent, focused action. The key to making every action count is consistency. Taking action every day, even in small ways, leads to massive results over time. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start. Every day is an opportunity to move forward. Make small, intentional actions part of your daily routine. And watch how quickly you begin to make progress. 5. Evaluate and adjust. Living intentionally also means being willing to course correct. Regularly evaluate your actions to see if they align with your goals and purpose. Are you making the right decisions? Are your actions moving you closer to your vision? Don't be afraid to adjust your approach. If something isn't working, intentional living is about being responsive to change and constantly improving your path towards success. The importance of being present. Intentional living requires you to be present. You cannot build a purposeful future if you're not fully engaged in the present moment. It's easy to get distracted by what's coming next, but the truth is, what you do now determines your future. Every action, no matter how small, adds up. By living in the present and making intentional choices now, you are actively creating the life you want. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, focusing on a project, or even taking a moment to relax. Make sure you are present in everything you do. Don't rush through life. Every moment is an opportunity to align your actions with your purpose. Be present. Be mindful. Make it count. Why living with intention makes you unstoppable. When you live with intention, you become unstoppable. You stop wasting time, stop second-guessing yourself, and start making meaningful progress toward your goals. The more intentional you are, the more momentum you build. The more momentum you build, the closer you get to your dreams. You are no longer just reacting to life, you are creating it. And when you start creating, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Intentional living isn't just about achieving success. It's about creating a life you're proud of, a life that is deeply aligned with your values, your passions, and your purpose. It's about designing your future and making every step along the way count. Conclusion: make every action count. You are building your future with every decision, every action, every choice you make. Don't waste your time going through the motions. Live with purpose. Be deliberate with your actions. Make them count. The future you want is being built right now, in this moment. Start today, with intention, with focus, and with purpose. Every step you take brings you closer to the life you want to create. Make it a future you're proud of. Chapter 5. Building a legacy. What will you leave behind? Legacy isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about what you leave behind. It's not just the achievements or the milestones, but the impact you have on the world, the mark you make on the lives of others. Long after you're gone, what will people remember you for? Will they remember your greatness, your achievements? Or will they remember the kind of person you were, the way you treated others, and the way you shaped the world around you? Your legacy is shaped by every decision you make, every action you take, and every relationship you build. It's not about accumulating things or chasing fleeting moments of success. It's about creating a lasting impact, something that goes beyond yourself and touches the lives of others. What do you want your legacy to be? It's time to start thinking beyond today. Start thinking about what kind of legacy you want to leave for the world. Your legacy is defined by your actions. Too many people live as if their legacy is something that happens by chance. They think of legacy as something you only worry about when you're old, or something that will naturally be defined by your achievements. But here's the truth. Your legacy is being built every day. The way you live today, the choices you make, and the way you impact those around you, all of that shapes the legacy you leave. It's not about what you have, it's about what you give. Your wealth, your titles, your possessions, none of that defines your legacy. The true measure of your legacy is in what you leave behind, the lives you've touched, the difference you've made, the values you've imparted, and the positive changes you've contributed to the world. You can start building your legacy right now. The way you show up in the world today will be remembered tomorrow. Legacy is not something to wait for. It's something to build with every decision, every action, and every interaction. Think beyond today. So often, we get caught up in the day-to-day grind of achieving goals and chasing success. But true fulfillment comes when we start thinking beyond the short term. Start thinking about your future impact. Ask yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? What do I want to contribute to the world that will outlast me? To build a meaningful legacy, you need to take the long view. Success is important, but impact is lasting. Focus on the legacy you want to create and let that shape your decisions, whether it's through your work, your relationships, your community involvement, or your personal growth. Make every action count toward the legacy you want to leave behind. Legacy is about contribution, not accumulation. In our culture, we often measure success by what we accumulate: money, status, material possessions. But legacy isn't about what you have, it's about what you give. What do you contribute to the world? How do you make the lives of others better? Ask yourself, what am I giving today that will have a lasting impact? It could be as simple as a kind word, helping someone in need, or sharing your knowledge. Legacy is about serving others, about creating something that outlives you and positively impacts the world. When you focus on contributing to others and the world around you, you create a legacy that matters, a legacy that's not just about you, but about the world you leave behind. Living a life of purpose. To build a legacy that matters, you need to live with purpose. Every day should be an opportunity to contribute to something greater than yourself. Whether it's through your career, your family, or your personal passions, purpose fuels legacy. When you live with purpose, you focus on what truly matters, those things that will have an enduring impact long after you're gone. Purpose is the foundation upon which legacy is built. It guides your actions, decisions, and relationships. It's what drives you to do more, give more, and be more. When you live with purpose, you are intentionally shaping the legacy you'll leave behind. What will you leave behind? The reality is, we don't know how much time we have. So why wait? Start building your legacy today. It's never too early to make a positive impact on the world, and it's never too late to start living a life that will leave something meaningful behind. Ask yourself, what do I want my legacy to be? How do I want to be remembered? Are you building a legacy of kindness, wisdom, or service? Or are you letting life pass by without thinking about the impact you're making? Start now. Every day, you have the power to create the kind of legacy you want to leave. The way you treat others, the goals you set, the way you live, these are all part of your legacy. It's time to live with purpose and intention. The world is waiting for you to make your mark. Conclusion. Live to leave a legacy. Your legacy is built one day at a time. The choices you make today shape the impact you'll have tomorrow. It's not about how much you have, but how much you give. The legacy you leave behind is the true measure of your life's work. So start today, live with purpose, make every action count, and create the kind of legacy that will outlast you. The world is waiting for you to make your mark. What will you leave behind? The time to start building your legacy is now. Chapter 6. Relentless Action. Why quitting is not an option. There will be times when you feel like quitting, when the road gets rough, and it feels like everything is falling apart. You'll hit walls, face setbacks, and encounter obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. But here's the hard truth. Quitting isn't an option. Not for you. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by giving up when things got tough. They kept pushing. When life knocked them down, they got back up. When the obstacles seemed insurmountable, they found a way to push through. When it got tough, they pushed harder. You don't get to quit. Your dreams don't come true because you give up. They come true because you keep going relentlessly. Quitting, it's not in your vocabulary. The path to success isn't paved with easy victories. It's paved with relentless action, unshakable resolve, and the refusal to stop, no matter what. The true cost of quitting. Every time you quit, you not only set yourself back, you give up a part of your future. Quitting is the enemy of progress. It halts the momentum you've worked so hard to build. It creates a cycle of defeat and discouragement that's hard to break. Think about this. The moment you quit is the moment you give up on all the potential that was still ahead of you. The future you want, the success you're striving for, is on the other side of perseverance. When you quit, you close the door to all of the possibilities that would have opened up if you kept going. The journey to success is never linear, and it's never easy. You will be tested. You will have moments of doubt, frustration, and exhaustion. But the key to getting what you want is simple. Don't stop. Success is built on relentless action. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is simple. They didn't quit. They didn't quit when things were tough. They didn't quit when the odds were stacked against them, and they didn't quit when failure seemed inevitable. They kept pushing forward one step at a time. Every single person you admire, whether it's an athlete, entrepreneur, or creator, has faced adversity. They felt like quitting, but they didn't. They kept taking action. Relentless action is the secret ingredient to success. Success doesn't come from one big leap. It comes from consistent, relentless action. The kind of action that never stops, even when the going gets tough. How to stay relentless. 1. Focus on the bigger picture. When the challenges feel overwhelming, remind yourself why you're doing this. What is your ultimate goal? What are you working toward? When you keep your eyes on the bigger picture, it's easier to push through the tough times. The struggle is temporary, but the success you'll experience from not quitting is permanent. 2. Embrace the pain of growth. Growth isn't comfortable. It's painful, exhausting, and demanding. But remember, pain is a sign that you're growing. You don't grow by staying in your comfort zone. You grow by pushing through the discomfort and continuing to take action, even when it feels like you can't go on. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger. Embrace the pain and keep moving forward. 3. Take one small step at a time. When things get overwhelming, don't think about the entire journey. Focus on one small step at a time. Each small action you take builds momentum. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how slow the progress feels. One step leads to another, and soon enough, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Develop a mindset of perseverance. The most successful people don't have an easy life. They just have a mindset that refuses to quit. Train your mind to be relentless. When you encounter a setback, don't see it as a failure. See it as a lesson that will make you stronger. Refuse to give up. Commit to learning from every experience and keep going. 5. Surround yourself with support. When the journey gets tough, it's important to have people around you who lift you up and encourage you to keep going. Whether it's a mentor, friend, or family member, having someone to remind you of your strength can make all the difference. Don't try to go it alone. Build a support system that will keep you motivated and focused on your goals. Quitting isn't in your vocabulary. There will be times when quitting feels like the easiest option, but easy isn't what gets you results. Quitting may feel like relief in the moment, but it's only temporary. The true relief comes from pushing through the tough times and coming out stronger on the other side. Remember, quitting is not in your vocabulary. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself that the most successful people didn't quit when things got hard. They kept going. They made a decision to keep moving, and that decision is what led them to success. Conclusion: keep going, no matter what. Relentless action is the key to achieving your goals, and quitting is not an option. Every setback, every failure, and every challenge is just another opportunity to prove your resilience and push forward. So when the going gets tough, remember, don't stop, keep going. Your dreams are waiting for you, but the only way to reach them is to take relentless action. The world's most successful people didn't quit. They kept pushing no matter what. You don't get to quit. Your dreams are too important. So keep going, stay relentless, and make those dreams a reality. Thank you for the opportunity to help you craft this script. It's been an exciting journey building such a powerful, high-energy narrative designed to push the listener to take immediate action. This audiobook will undoubtedly ignite motivation and inspire relentless action in anyone who listens. As we've emphasized throughout the chapters, it's about doing the work. The power lies in taking action now, living with purpose and making every moment count. Each chapter serves as a reminder that true transformation doesn't come from planning or waiting. It comes from moving forward, relentlessly. If there's anything more you'd like to refine or expand upon as you finalize your audiobook, feel free to reach out. Best of luck in creating a lasting impact with your audience and building that powerful legacy.